Hello, Phil. Hello, Phil. Phil. No, he's not here. He's off to the Burt Bacharach concert at the Palais Theatre tonight. But in his place, what a surprise.
You're walking along the street, you're at a party, or else you're alone and then you suddenly dig. You're looking in someone's eyes, you suddenly realize that this could be the start of something big.
Oh, Patti, this is a great surprise.
Now,
what a bonanza.
Look at it. I mean, I thought, no, I don't think I'm going to get to see Bruce again for a long time because not coming in here. And it was, do you know, I didn't realise that I would miss it as much.
Oh, really?
And I really did. And I've had lots of people stop me at Chatty and Doncaster and in the street at Camberwell saying, oh, we really miss you with the boys.
Yes,
and,
we get that too.
And I have to say, I do too. I really miss it.
Yeah, I know.
I think it's because, you know, you have when you get to my age and you're used to working but you're not doing too much at the moment, having something where you belong and you feel as though it's, I don't know, something you get used to doing.
That's right.
And I was trying to work it out. I mean, I think it was over 20 years that I've been doing things on AW, and my little grandson was so upset because he said, Nan, are you fired? Because he sees Mark Burris, you know, go, you're fired.
Yes, yes.
So I said, well, guess what? I've been reinstalled. I'm going in tonight.
Will you go back to afternoons with Ernie?
That's right. Well, before that, Caroline Wilson.
Ah, right, yes, yes.
And then Ernie, and I think it was, what's the other girl's name? I did it with someone else for a little while too.
Margaret Fletcher? No?
Yes, I did Margaret Fletcher for a little while.
Right.
And Ernie for a while. And then, you know, and I've had the same from all of them.
Well, the last time we worked together was, I think, Maroochydore, where you were here and I was doing a radio promotion up there in the Queensland.
That's right. You were. Long time
and
ago.
you were on air with me.
Yes.
A solo. Anyway, good to have you with us. All family well, and Bert and Lauren.
My biggest thing is, how are you feeling,
Yeah,
Bruce?
good. Very good, Patti.
I mean, we were all very worried.
Yes,
and
well, I'm fine.
I have to say, and it's funny because the thing that I had, that transient global amnesia, they say is hereditary. But, you know, I'd never heard of it before. And one day, my dad was taking the dogs for a walk, and he went around Mornington and he didn't come back. And Mum was a bit worried. And, you know, now we think that probably what he had was the same thing as I had, except there was no name for it in those days and nobody knew, you know, and maybe, who knows, it might be the same as Peter. He may not have known, just got lost, you know.
Well,
you
that's
don't know
right.
where you are.
But welcome tonight to 3XY.
Once in a great while, the West End and Broadway celebrate something extraordinary. And now, it's Melbourne's turn. Matilda the Musical. Inspired by the genius of Roald Dahl, with original songs by Tim Minchin, experience the unique and unforgettable Matilda the Musical. Tickets are on sale now. Book a Ticketmaster.
Hello, I'm John Fowler, General Manager of Lapine Funerals. We're proud to now offer the personalised online memorial service called Heaven Address, the web page to share cherished memories with your family and friends of your loved one for eternity, via photos, messages, video and tributes. You can log on anywhere in the world.
Good-looking bloke, Ian Reid.
He's what?
He's a good-looking bloke.
Oh, you've met Ian, have you?
I have, yes. I met him at Philip's birthday function.
Oh, yes.
And he used to sponsor my segment, so I'm very, very pleased with Ian Reid.
Oh, good.
I'd love to do his commercial.
Yes, if only
Okay,
a little bit better than tonight. And bounding across the footbridge from Channel 9 to 3AW, Peter Hitchener.
Hello there, you two. How funny you are. That is such a great commercial. Ian Reid would love that.
He would love
it. Because, you know, if you have a bit of fun with him, Graham Kennedy made an absolute career out of doing such things. If it's hurting,
It's Merton.
Merton.
Among many that he would sell dozens of product the following day.
Yes, and people queued up to advertise with him.
Do you know, many, many years ago, Peter, he had a dog called Rover.
Oh, indeed.
And one day, Bert and I were down at his place for dinner, and he said, "Oh, I'm so sick of Rover getting into the pound," and we'd just lost a dog.
Oh.
And Graham said, "Do you think your dad might look after Rover for me?" And I said, "Oh, I'll have to ask him, but I'm sure he'd love to." So he said, "The only thing is he's sponsored by PAL and he'll have to come into IMT and do the commercials."
Yes.
So I said, "Oh, I think that'll be okay." So one night, and that's what happened, one night Rover wasn't called in till quite late. And Dad was a softie with dogs, and he thought, "Oh, poor old Rover, you know, he's so, oh, it's so sad. Like, look, it won't hurt if I give him a little bit." So he opened a tin and gave him something to eat, and he thought that'd be fine.
Delicious.
So he gets into the gets into the studio, and Graham goes down, "Rover the Wonder Dog," and Rover runs in, and he's got the food down there. He's put the food down, and Rover went over the food, sniffed it, walked away, and went over and weed
Cock the leg on camera two.
On camera two. It is one of the great moments of IMT history, but I didn't realise your dad was involved.
I know, and Graham was so angry and concerned. Well, he had to eat the pal.
He did.
Graham had to eat the pal.
Oh.
But you know, and I got a very funny letter from Graham saying, "If that ever happens again, I'll take Rover back."
Oh, isn't that funny? Oh, isn't that funny?
Afterwards he thanked us because it went all around the world on blooper tapes.
It's just one of the great moments. I've seen that many times.
I know.
And
So
I didn't know the backstory to it, though.
So, see, Ian Reid can't be too upset, can he?
No, and fancy Graham Kennedy getting upset about that, because I'd have thought that he'd have immediately seen the opportunity.
I would have thought so too, but would it have been a mock upsetting?
Oh, probably. And, you know, I mean, it's all very well for us. We had one thing to do. Graham had the whole show to do. So, you know, that's one of 6 commercials that he probably had to do.
Somebody kindly on air on Twitter the other day posted some links to Graham Kennedy moments on YouTube, and I thought, oh, these are ones I may not have seen. And Graham and Bert and you know, just the whole fun of the show, and it was really nice to go back and have a look at it all these years later, because it is a long time ago. I was shocked tonight. We had a story on the news about 50 years since Jean Shrimpton with that dress.
Saw that.
50 years.
Saw that.
Can you believe it?
Oh, you can't.
And can you remember the outrage? People were shocked. How dare she not go to the races in a hat?
And with a short dress.
And a short dress. What? People were shocked. Now, of course, you know, it would be quite possible for a nun to get around in such a thing. Nearly, but, you know. But back then, can you remember the sensation? So really, that probably was around the time of IMT. You can't believe that it's such a long time ago. Well, that's right,
and you can imagine, and you listen to some of the politicians who came out absolutely disgusting to see Flemington brought down to the degree that it has in the last 24 hours.
Exactly.
It's another world.
Yes, absolutely, another world, especially those same politicians, if they were around today pontificating, how they would view people staggering home after the races, shoes slung over the shoulder and the fascinator at a jaunty angle.
Exactly.
You know, they'd be quite shocked.
You know, one year, the first time that Bert and I had been invited to the Caulfield Cup, the Caulfield, you know, the Caulfield races, and it was quite a big day, and I was pregnant with Matthew, and I'd never been to a big race meeting like this before. So I thought, oh, you know, it's always hard when you're pregnant because you're not too sure what to wear and all of that. So I bought this very expensive outfit, and it was a black top and trousers, you know, tight trousers. And Bert thought I looked okay, and I had a little sort of flower in my hair and thought I looked all right. Yeah. But everyone was staring at me, and there was tut-tutting, and I didn't realise that you weren't allowed to wear trousers in the members at this luncheon.
Oh, good heavens.
And I think they were going to ask me to leave.
Oh, good heavens.
Only that Bert was getting up and making a speech.
They couldn't very well say, oh, you get out.
And by the way, get out.
Get out. Oh, no, they couldn't say that. But how embarrassing is a fashion faux pas? It has happened to me on occasions when I didn't actually read the RSVP properly, and it turns out it is a dinner suit affair, and you go there in a lounge suit. Oh gosh, I went to a dear friend's wedding, and I just didn't read it, and it was a daytime wedding, and I thought, oh, this will be lovely. And I was the only one there in a lounge suit, and I thought, oh, you idiot. And now I'm very careful about this because you don't want to be, you don't want to be out of place.
But Peter, the hot pants look tremendous.
Senior cards discount available. Well, I might go. I'm a senior.
Well, who are you going for? Is it anyone we know?
Well, Bert and I were saying the other day, he said, do you think we maybe need to, get a plot? And I thought, well, I suppose in a way it's not a silly thing, is it really?
At all. And when you hear these commercials, you start thinking about those things. And
But you'd leave it to Lauren, wouldn't you?
Oh, poor old Lauren will have enough to do when we go.
But I suppose selling them all those places.
Oh, can you imagine? She'll have the house to fix.
And that junk of yours to get out the front.
I
And
know,
that
I'm
skip.
being good. I'm being
Are you
very...
not?
I am. Do you know, I gave Sam a bath the other night, and that was great, and I let the water out, and then the two girls came up, and I decided, because my daughter's pregnant, don't you?
Yes.
Her fourth child.
Yes.
So I gave the two girls a bath, and that was fine. She can't lean over,
Oh,
so
poor
I was
little
doing it. And I let the water out, and little Eva went downstairs, and she said, Nan, guess what? It's raining in the dining room.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear. Oh, gosh.
A pipe must have burst up in the thing.
don't
It's come
talk
through
about
the
it.
bats. It was coming through the light fittings on the dining room table. So it's been an absolute mess. I've got no furniture in the house. It's lovely, really, because you don't have to look after anything.
Oh, it's shocking.
I know
that,
it is. It's
but Patty,
terrible.
that happened to me about a month ago. A pipe in the slab burst, a concrete slab. It's extremely difficult to fix.
Yes.
Extremely time
Well, don't you
consuming.
try. What are you going to do with
I
the
can't
slab?
do it. the only slab normally in television is one that has
Cans.
yes, cans or bottles of beer in it. But no, this is a cement slab.
What did you do?
Still waiting for it to be fixed.
Have you got underfloor heating?
No, this is a 60s house, and all the pipes were thoughtfully encased in concrete, and of course hot and cold, hot water pipes expand and contract with the heat of the water. And this one said, I've had enough, I've expanded and contracted for the last time, good luck, and enjoy a swim while you're here.
Oh,
Yes.
So,
really?
see, I've got underfloor heating, which I love, but if it's very hot, you can't turn it down.
Oh,
it
no.
takes about 3 days.
Oh,
for it to
no,
cool
so
down.
you're walking around on a barbecue.
So you're really quite hot, and with my hot flushes, it's not a good thing. And also when it's cold, it takes a while to heat up. But mine burst, and it's a very expensive job.
Oh, shocking.
But I'm now waiting to have it. I've had the plaster done, the painting done, and now I'm having the new carpet put in.
Oh, good work.
But it's such a mess.
Time-consuming, isn't it?
Oh, and it's a pain in the neck.
And not the cheapest either, if I can just put it mildly. But
No.
never mind.
Now, we might just do the ratings, which are a little bit late, but 9 News, number 1 and number 2 again last night.
Yahoo.
Congratulations to everyone at Channel 9.
Well, thank you. I'll
Peter.
pass it on. It's a team effort.
I
and
know it is.
We
I
know these things come and go. I'm
please.
sorry,
Yes,
Bruce.
it's not me. It's not me. It's not me. It's not Derek. It's not Eric. It's not Faye. It's everyone. Oh.
You're funny.
But
Not
when
like
you-
Mike Moore. Remember Mike Moore?
Oh, wasn't it
any
hilarious?
fan mail, any fan mail. And the chief of staff, oh, shut it.
Shut up.
That's the same as me and O.
Oh, look. You know the way these things come and go. It's all good fun, and we have these wonderful memories of those years of television where, there were some sort of stroppy scenes behind the scenes.
Well,
Not anymore.
How many years ago since the Whitlam dismissal? What was the
Well,
year?
that's 72, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
75.
Oh, no, 75, I mean.
This
I
year.
guess-
That's
right.
This month.
Yeah.
I'm driving out to O to do a special report at 11:30, and they've all got black armbands.
Oh, no.
And I'm thinking, Oh, he's been dismissed. You oh, good.
Isn't that funny? I'll never forget that day as well, because I was at 9. I was at 9 and breaking the news that day, and there was just pandemonium when it happened.
Well, it sort of started at 11 o'clock or 10
That's
and
right.
went right through the day.
Right through the day. And about that time also, speaking of stories, not in any way related to that, but do you remember the eclipse, the total eclipse of the sun?
Yes.
Which was about the same time, and I remember we watched it, you know, in those days the newsroom was up on the top floor at Channel 9 out in Richmond, and we all had to crowd into the toilet because it was the only place you could safely watch the shadow going across the wall.
Well, that's right. I was out at O and
doing the same thing.
Out at O, went on the front lawn where they were making Almost Anything Goes with Tim Evans.
Yes.
Right.
It was a Saturday afternoon, and I had a box on my head.
Sorry, was that the tag?
A box on my head and a letterbox opening.
Oh, Joe.
It's Ned Kelly's.
Looking over Springvale Road. It looked like Ned Kelly outside Sizzlers.
And wasn't it bad for your eyes?
I know.
to
Well, I had
actually
dark
see it?
glasses on as well.
Oh, sorry, Bruce, I mustn't laugh, but that is hilarious.
It's
Oh,
a
that is
wonderful
so funny.
mind picture, isn't it?
Isn't it just Bruce? Oh dear! I hope tourist buses stopped so everyone could
They
get
did.
a peek.
Don't look at the sun.
No,
look at that bloke over there.
Oh, that is so funny. What a lovely story.
Good on you, Pete. Thank you
Have
for
a
the
lovely night, you two.
Oh,
Bye.
you too.
Good
Thank
night.
You're lovely. There's Peter Hitchener, Channel 9. It's 5 to 11 on Melbourne's own 3AW. Cameron, George and Phyllis with you very soon, with Patti as a very special guest tonight.
Oh, it's lovely to be here. And where did you say Phil's gone?
Phil went to Burt Bacharach at
Okay.
the Palais Theatre.
Oh, beautiful.
And apparently it'll be full. And,
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I did
He's about 82, bad back, but still getting up there, thumping away.
had cancer and he's beaten it, and there was a
This is Burt Bacharach, not Phil.
there was a wonderful show. Jeannie Pratt had a big do-on, and they brought Burt Bacharach out.
Yes.
And I happened to be sitting in the front row, and I felt that he did every song to me, but I think everyone in the room felt the same thing.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, so I love him. I think he's gorgeous.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
So,
I think he'll enjoy that.
oh, he'll love it. Big crowd there tonight. And of course, Engelbert Humperdinck, I think, in the next couple of days too, at the Palais Theatre.
Very big.
Okay.
That's a very old theatre, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Hello again.
Oh,
This is John Doremus with the Passing
Oh.
Parade of the story of a deadly machine. A number of mistaken ideas are held about the French scholar and politician Dr. Joseph Guillotine. In the first place, he did not invent the guillotine. In the second, so far as being proud of the macabre instrument of execution that was named after him, he struggled vainly for years to have its name changed. And in the third place, he did not, as is often stated in books, lose his own head on the guillotine, but died peacefully in bed. I'll be back after this message.
Ladies, why put up with starches that lump and stick in only half starch? Use Coral 100% rice starch and see the difference. Coral is a super fine starch, gives a better finish, is easiest to mix. Coral can't lump, can't stick, actually makes ironing easier. Change to Coral for better starching.
Dr. Joseph Ignatz Guillotine would appear to have been the first man to consider, from a humane and democratic point of view, the problem of how to dispose of criminals and others condemned to death by the authorities. He believed that all condemned men, noble or peasant, should be executed by the same method, and that a machine could do the work far better than primitive hand methods. On December 1st, 1789, in the French Constituent Assembly, Dr. Guillotine, a member of that body, proposed a decapitation machine. The proposal was the subject of much laughter among the members, almost all of whom were destined to lose their heads in precisely the manner prescribed by the good doctor. In the course of the French Revolution, as terror followed terror, the revolutionaries executed first the aristocrats, then each other. The numbers awaiting execution in jails grew so great that it became apparent that only a machine could cope with the slaughter. By 1791, Dr. Guillotine's ideas had taken so much effect that all that was needed was someone to invent such a machine. The job was undertaken finally by one Tobias Schmidt, a Paris piano maker of German descent. In 1792, the first trials of Schmidt's device took place in Paris in a jail courtyard before a crowd of notables from the National Assembly. Dr. Guillotine was also present. Corpses from a hospital were used, and the results were highly satisfactory. 10 days later, a highwayman named Pelletier had the dubious honor of becoming the guillotine's first victim. It wasn't, however, till August 10th of that year that the political butchery with which the name of the guillotine is generally associated began in earnest. When the fanatical Robespierre seized power and instituted the Reign of Terror, executions became daily affairs and the decapitating device came into its own. A song was composed, Guillotine, Médecine, Politique, with a catchy tune that permanently fixed Guillotine's name to it. The doctor himself was appalled. He put forward all kinds of alternative names, but largely because his name fitted the tune of the song so perfectly, he fought a losing battle, and thus achieved macabre immortality. The ruthless public prosecutor, Fouquier-Tinville, successfully demanded the heads of some 3,000 people in a few months, including those of Queen Marie Antoinette and innumerable nobles, courtiers, and leaders of the Revolution. Eventually, Fouquier-Tinville was himself put to the blade, as was Robespierre. Indeed, everyone connected with La Guillotine died under its knife except Dr. Guillotine, after whom it had been named. He lived on till March 26, 1814. Our time is up till we meet again for another chapter in the Passing Parade. This is John Doremus. As always, thank you so much.
And special guest Patti, and hello to Bert as
Hello,
well.
Cameron.
And I hope the Filsters is enjoying his Bert back.
The Melbourne Housewives and all those shows that, you know, I talk about because I love them, but people that haven't got Foxtel haven't seen them, so now they'll get an opportunity.
Well, we're catching up with the rest of the world. Of course, you know, in Los Angeles, we've got 159 free-to-air channels with digital.
Wow.
And in London, they've got 70, in the UK, 70 digital channels.
Goodness.
Wonderful choices. You know, get all these different, you know, almost like a mini Foxtel, but but they pay their licence fee, of course. They're £100 or whatever it is, £150 a year. So they're paying for it, but at least they get 70 channels. I mean, that's better than a kick in the pants.
Oh, it is, but I love some of those. I mean, you probably don't get to see much, Bruce, because you're here or you're working.
While I'm babysitting.
Well, oh, yeah.
They've all got the...
But I love those grand designs.
Yeah.
And, you know, the house in the country and...
I love that Judge Judy.
Oh, so, do you know...
I love her.
I think that's hilarious you say that. I had a go at Bert the other night. Are you still there, Cameron?
Yes, I'm listening.
Do you ever watch Judge Judy?
I have seen it, but I'm not really a daytime TV watcher.
No, well, neither is Bert, but he tapes it so that he can watch it at night. And I say, oh, come on, Bert. He loves Bonanza, and he loves Judge Judy, and there's a few old movies. He goes, oh, there's a fabulous... You know what he watched last night? The House of Wax.
Oh, strike me pink.
I know! He loves it! Oh. And I think, thank goodness we've got two tellies, so I don't have to watch it.
No.
But, no, but I'm glad that's happening because most of those sort of housey shows and foodie shows are on Foxtel, so now we'll get more of a chance to see them.
All right.
And I think a good thing is, you know, the talk shows you see on Overs. I think what we need is just one talk show, and I think it's good that Daryl's is bringing back the variety, but we just need one talk show, you know, a bit like Graham Norton or Jimmy Fallon or something like that.
Yeah, I agree.
And I am promoting Sean McAuliffe. I reckon he'll be poached. And this is in advance. I reckon he'll be poached by commercial networks sooner rather than later.
Well, he was very successful on the commercial networks, wasn't he, Sean?
A very successful television personality.
Yeah, very much so.
He was at the premiere that I went to this evening. He's a lovely man, really nice.
Yes, he's a lovely fellow.
A lovely, gentle person.
I watched him tonight on the XPM.
Ah, yes, yeah.
That's a very successful
series. Do you know, I think the only problem in trying to compete with the Graham Nortons and all of that is you know, you look at Graham Norton and he promotes the show.
Yeah.
And he'll say, and tonight we have on, you know, Hugh Jackman,
Right.
Nicole Kidman.
Robbie Williams, yeah.
Yeah, Robbie Williams. And we've got Michael Bublé doing a tribute to da-da-da. And you think, how can it not be fabulous?
No, that's right.
You know, or they have such a wonderful list of entertainers, like, and they're international.
That's right.
And they've got so much to say.
Yes.
Whereas I think it just doesn't quite work. It is getting better because a lot of our...
What, in Australia you're talking about?
Yes, a lot of our actors now don't mind coming back and doing a talk show here. We haven't got one for them to go on, so they do the daytime things. But that's the only problem. I don't think we have the flow of people like they do in England and America.
That's right, that's right.
But we do need one, though.
I think we do, and maybe it'll come.
Yeah, well, Eddie Maguire was going to do one.
Yes, he was.
And I think he'd be great at it.
He would too, actually. Very affable, very,
Yeah.
Thank you, Cameron. Phyllis in South Yarra.
How are you?
Yes.
Hello, Phyllis.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I'm ringing tonight, not tomorrow night, because
all
I've got a busy night.
What have you got on tomorrow night?
Oh.
But
You're cooking dinner.
I've got 3 dances to tell you about.
Yeah, go on.
There's no dance at Brunswick Town Hall on Cup night, but there'll be dance at Brunswick Town Hall the week later.
And how old are you, Phyllis, if that's not a rude question?
And also
You won't get it.
at Williamstown,
Yeah.
Saturday night, there's a seniors dance at Williams.
Can I ask you something, Phyllis? Are you a good dancer?
Beg your pardon?
Are you a good dancer?
Oh, Patty.
That's in Williamstown
Williamstown.
Seniors
Good.
Citizens Hall.
Good.
Oh, well, look, I hope you have a lovely time.
Yes,
If it gives
and
you
also-
enjoyment.
Just a minute.
And also, you there?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
here.
There is a seniors dance at the RSL in High Street, Brand, Tuesday afternoon. We're dressing up as the Melbourne Cup Day, and that starts at 12 o'clock and finishes at 3:30.
Right.
A great afternoon tea and band.
Oh,
Right.
that sounds fabulous. Bruce, why
Yes.
don't we go?
Oh, yeah, all right.
I've got a fascinator to wear.
All right, where's it on? And
It's-
when?
Oh, well, she's just given us the list,
Yeah.
and I'll have to get Ken to tell me, but
yes.
let's go to a couple of them.
All right, we will.
Brunswick, the
Good
one
on
in
you, Phyllis.
Brunswick.
Thank you. Claire at Mitcham, good evening.
Hi guys, how are you?
Hello, Claire.
Welcome to you, Patty,
Oh,
tonight.
thank you. That's very nice of you.
I wanted to say, you were talking yesterday about the salami. I just wanted to bring this up. Today I had to go and do my shopping, and in Coles they had a person there, and they had all these different types of salamis for tasting.
Yes, I'll bet.
Yes, because obviously people, just aren't buying it.
That's it.
So there were all these, and I just had a bit of everything. I thought, oh, well, I've done my dinner now.
Yes.
But I was brought up on that. I mean, my mum, she'd bring out once a week, platter of salamis, sausages, different cheeses, and we'd have it as pre-dinner and when guests came over and everything.
Well, you did before a dinner party. You'd have a salami in a roll with a great toothpick through it.
Yeah, that's right.
Bert used to have a salami sandwich with a hunk of that very,
Cheese.
but the bitey cheese,
Yeah, I know it.
Yeah, pecorino cheese.
Oh, he loved it.
beautiful. And what is it? The pasta dura bread, the real crunchy stuff.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
Hard if you haven't got your own teeth.
Would be a little bit hard, but no. Look, I think maybe they've just done it a little bit to put people off, you know, but there are people there. I mean, I love it still. I'm not going to change my ways.
No, good on you.
Yeah, yeah.
I bet you love a pizza with lots of salami on it too.
Oh, yeah, love it.
Hey, Claire, let's organise a $50 pancake parlour voucher for you and your girlfriends at the Pancake Parlour.
Oh, that sounds yummy.
Will that be nice? Open 24 hours at High Point, Doncaster and Malvern East, so we'll put that down and ask you to hold the line.
Thank you very much. Have a lovely evening.
Thanks for your call. Thank you, Claire. Just hold on now. Yes, the old sausages came in for a beating, and the salami, didn't it? And the hot dogs, bacon.
See, I mean, a lot of people have them. I mean, I would
everything in moderation.
We have these fabulous sausages. They're not salami type ones, but they're rosemary and honey. Oh, and they're beautiful.
Jabachis are nice, aren't they?
Oh, I love them. What about the little keflis?
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
I know them.
Little sort of, a little bite to them, but beautiful.
Yes.
But see, I always felt there was a lot of Greek or Italian in Bert because that would be his favourite meal. I mean, I used to sometimes think, how does his digestive system take it?
What, sausages, you mean?
He would have cabana and salami and a bit of cheese.
So he'd have a cold plate.
And a huge hunk of bread, and that would be bliss for
A lot of people have a meat plate at dinner.
I know.
Like when they're out at restaurants.
I know, but, you know, I could easily do that. I don't like the hot, burny stuff.
No,
no. But it's funny, because both our houses are, you know, in uproar, because Lauren and the kids are going to come and stay with us, because Lauren's nesting at the moment, so she's doing the baby's room, and they're painting tomorrow, and it's that, you know, very toxic paint, and you can't really breathe that in when you're pregnant and when you're kids. So they're coming to stay at my place. So I've just bought a new sofa bed so that it gives me the extra bed so everyone can stay.
And where's that going when they leave?
That's going, no, it's going upstairs. Yes, Bert's taken quite a liking to it. And I said, well, you know, you might be sleeping on it in the night. Who knows?
I think he might be, yes. And then into the garage. 11:20.
Oh, no! Who'll I get to fix that broken window? Oh, Eureka! Eureka can fix my glass fast! I'll just call 1300 330 275. How do you fix this? Eureka!
Listen to Neil Mitchell and you could win an Alfa Romeo. Join the conversation via Twitter, Facebook or on air. And you could be the MVP, Neil's valuable player. The weekly winner gets to enjoy driving around in an Alfa Romeo Giulietta for an entire weekend. Then the 2015 MVP champion wins the grand prize, the keys to an Alfa Romeo Giulietta. From Bayside Alfa Romeo, the MVP award. Neil's valuable player, 8:30 weekdays on 3AW.
Big permit number 15/74.
Switch to Dodo Power and Gas and get an incredible 30% off their electricity and 20% off their gas usage rates when you bundle and pay on time with no lock-in contracts. Call 13Dodo or visit a Dodo kiosk. Excludes certain locations and meter configurations.
There's something about the sea air and something idyllic about Sorrento. A lovely place to live in comfort. Sorrento Lodge Residential Age.
You always seem to wear a long, sort of a long coat.
And that's from the Coat Man.
Yeah,
about 15 or 10 years ago.
Yeah, when I think of you in a striped shirt,
yes,
a waistcoat and a jacket and a long overcoat with a scarf.
Indeed, and that's all from the Coat Man. 595 Glen Hutley Road, Elstonwick, just near the corner of Kooyong Road.
Yes.
Great people.
They've been there a long time.
Long time. Well, a new address, in fact. It's a new outlet. Our man out and about, always previewing the brand new films, Jim Shembri. Good evening.
Good evening, mate. How are you?
And I've got Patti here.
Hello, Jim.
Good evening, Miss Newton. How are you?
Oh, you can call me Patti.
Hello, Patti. I am absolutely honoured.
Good on you.
What's the film, Jim?
You are absolutely superb. Mate, I wanted to tell you a little bit about The Dressmaker.
I'm dying to see that.
You're dying to see that, Patti. I have seen it twice. I think that this is such a superb, entertaining movie. It's directed by Jocelyn Moorhouse. You may remember from a film called Proof many years ago.
Yes, I
do.
do.
He also went to America, made a film called How to Make an American Quilt. She's been on the quiet for a while, taking care of her kids, but she's come back in a major way with this wonderful movie set in 1951 starring Kate Winslet.
And a great cast, and a lot of Australians too, I think.
Pretty much all Australians, apart from Kate Winslet. It is a superb ensemble cast, which includes Judy Davis,
right,
Shane Jacobson, Sarah Snook, and a whole bunch of other terrific actors, including Liam Hemsworth, who appears with his shirt off.
Whoa, Barry Otto, I think, is in it too.
Otto is in it, and he's terrific. Pretty much everyone in this film is terrific. The story is very much like a Western-type story, Patty, in which somebody returns to their hometown to settle a score, to wreak revenge, and to basically bring justice back into the town. And Kate Winslet plays a fashionista who was basically spurned and sent away from the town after she was suspected of committing a horrendous crime, goes to Europe, learns the dressmaking trade, comes back as an icon of style. Winslet plays a fashionista who was basically spurned and sent away from the town after she was suspected of committing a horrendous crime, goes to Europe, learns the dressmaking trade, comes back as an icon of style, determined to get back on all the people who did her wrong. If that sounds like a Western movie by Sergio Leone, believe me, that's not a mistake.
Well, I don't need to see it now. I know the movie, so that's fine.
But Jim, the recreation of the old Victorian town is marvellous, they say.
They actually built a whole town for this movie, and it is so beautifully done. The photography is by a guy called Don McAlpine, who is one of the best cinematographers, not just in Australia. He was one of the first Aussie cameramen to be taken up by Hollywood. He was that good, and he's basically set the standard across the world about how to shoot light. He's a brilliant lighting technician as well as a cinematographer. And I'll tell you what, guys, this film is so entertaining. I've seen it twice. There might be some deep, meaningful message in the movie about the Australian character or about the national story. I've got no idea. I just enjoyed this movie as a huge piece of fun. It's a fun, entertaining film.
No, Jim, deep down you were a dressmaker.
And Patty, can I just quickly thank you so much for what you said before. You have made me renew my personal vision of paradise. It is now binge-watching Judge Judy with Patti Newton.
Oh,
I know.
I love her.
Give
All right, Jimmy.
a way to spend the rest of eternity.
Yeah, okay, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Dressmaker. Thumbs up from Jim Shembri.
Yeah, there you go. Well, he'll have to see that one that I saw tonight, Just Add Honey. It's sort of... Oh, it's a little sort of risque-ish, but it's good. But very interesting movie. A lot of Australians. I love it when there are Australians in it.
Yeah, of course.
Years ago, you'd do a movie and someone like Gary McDonald would come out and everyone would laugh because he was being a serious performer.
Yes.
But you were so used to seeing him as Norman Gunston that it was a bit laughable.
There was a
wasn't
time
it?
that if it was an Australian film, you wouldn't go.
No, that's right. But I think it's about time we did start doing that.
Certainly, it's changing because of the artists who
Absolutely.
go over to LA, get the Hollywood roles, and are world class.
I mean, we have a fabulous list.
Yeah.
Now, there are so many good people over there that are doing great things.
Indeed.
Do you know, I wanted to tell you this, Bruce. When I no longer was doing the show, I was feeling, a bit sad and depressed, and I thought I need to do something. And a friend of mine said, have you ever been on Facebook? Why don't you go on Facebook? So I thought, it's probably, you get to talk to a lot of people and you can read other people's messages, and maybe, if you're having a down day, it makes you feel good or just things. So I didn't know how to do it because I'm a bit dumb in that way, and I got a friend of mine to do it for me. And I said, look, I don't want a private one. I just want a public one where, you can make friends. Sure. So in the first day, I got over 1,000 friends.
Oh, that's all right.
And I thought, oh, this is interesting. See, Ken would know all about it because he knows about Facebook and that. So I got lots of messages, and I put on a couple of shots, you know, one of Bert doing something and me doing something. And then Lauren started up one too. She said, oh, I'll do that, and we can, you know, swap people and all of that. And then all of a sudden, I went to look at it, and I was dishonoured, and it was closed down. And I said to the lady that put me on it, Jackie, that did it all for me, I said, I've been shut down. I think they think I'm a terrorist or something, because I had a lot of overseas people. They were from Turkey and Las Vegas and Chicago and, you know, just Amsterdam, all sorts of people. Anyway.
Did you know them or just...
No, they just want to befriend you.
Right.
So, anyway, was down for... I was up for 72 hours and then I was off. So another friend said, oh, that's stupid. You know, if you like it, why shouldn't you be on it? I know there's a fake one, a couple of fake ones, that has nothing to do with me. And I thought maybe that's why I was cut off. So they did it again, and I was up and running. So all of a sudden, I'm getting lots of friends, because I had people like, well, Eddie Perfect was one of them.
Oh, right.
And some David Campbell was another one that said, you know, they wanted to be my friend.
Yes,
so I had quite a lot of people that I knew, and they just went. So then I'm up and running the second time, boom, goes again. Soon as I get over 1,000 friends, off it went again. But then I found out that if 2 people ring Facebook or get in touch with Facebook and dishonour you, they automatically shut you down, because they're saying that you're not the person that you're making out to be, or you're not this. So I was shut down. So I had to show my licence and do all that, and do it quite, you know, strictly.
Could you be bothered?
Well, I wasn't going to be bothered, but it was bothering me that there was obviously someone that didn't want me on it that kept shutting me down.
Goodness.
So I'm up and running again, and now I think I've got just on 3,000 friends.
Well, at 11:30 you have.
So I'm just waiting for the 72 hours to happen, because I think I could go again.
Oh.
Can I say, Bruce, I'm a little bit embarrassed now, because I've spoken with Patti before about these fake Facebook pages that appear under the name of Patti or Bert. A couple of weeks ago, I got a friend request from a Patti Newton.
And it was me.
And I thought, oh, here's another one. I deleted it.
No, it was me.
You were the one.
No.
You've been closing it down, you swine.
Oh, sorry.
No. It was, I did see your name come up, and I accepted you, but then you obviously deleted it. But it's another world, Bruce. It's a world we know nothing about.
But has it filled that void of coming in and performing?
Well, sadly, Lauren started one at the same time, and she was cut off.
She's doing better than you.
And then she got back on again, and she had 3,000 friends, but hers were really horrible.
Oh.
And they were, you know, I mean, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but, you know, people ringing through Facebook, they were ringing her number, getting her number in the middle of the night, ringing, and asking for, you know, sex and all sorts of things.
Nasty.
So she's gone. She said, I don't need this.
That's Ken all over. Let me check your weather for tomorrow. A low of 12 degrees overnight. Tomorrow's weather, Thursday, sunny and a high of 25. Bit of a change coming in on the weekend, and Melbourne Cup should be cool, top of 19 with a possible shower.
It's funny, isn't it, where, I mean, we're having so many holidays. Most of the kids have got Monday off school.
That's right.
And Tuesday. So now we've got beautiful weather for the weekend.
Yeah, and
Halloween on Saturday.
Of course.
And then you've got Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and everyone goes back to work Wednesday.
Chris, good evening.
Oh, hello, Bruce, and hello, Patti.
Hello, Chris.
Are you going to the Cup, Patti?
No, I'm not. I'll be watching it on telly. I think it's a great spectacle. on television. It's wonderful.
Just going to say, all those people listening, go early if you're picnicking. It's quite good. Plenty of room to picnic. And I'm predicting snow to get the cup on an each-way basis, Patty.
Like, what number is snow?
Well, when I say each-way basis, there's two of them.
Oh, okay.
I'm being very cheeky, aren't I?
No, that's all right. I just go on numbers. I always back 4, 8 and 13.
Oh, why is that?
I was born on the 4th. I love the number 8. And 13 is a favourite number of mine.
Is that funny? You stick with him.
I stick with the three numbers.
After year. Do you know I love that that trainer, Kalimni? Is that her name, Kalimni? The Italian girl who's expecting. She's a trainer.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful
yes.
girl.
Yes. I can't think of her name.
But she's out every year.
Yes.
Beautiful.
But it was funny the other day. I was watching, and what's the trainer's name? You know, she had a mink coat on.
Gay Waterhouse.
Gay Waterhouse.
Looks fabulous, doesn't she? I love her.
Fabulous.
I love her.
But you know, I love the fact that she said, I've had this for years,
Yeah.
and why have I got it on? It's cold.
Yeah, good on
I
her.
thought,
I think
isn't that
she's
fantastic?
a wonderful woman.
Yeah, no, she really is a wonderful
She's a bit
lady.
like Bart Cummings. There's a certain honesty with
Yes.
her. Don't talk to me like that. You know, I rather like them.
Well, it was funny the other couple of years ago. I was at the Oaks Day lunch at Crown, and everybody's got there with their hats and their thing, and she had just won some big race. And she came in with the cup that she'd won, and she went up to the podium and had a little chat. But, you know, I loved it because she didn't feel as though she had to be in all the regalia to come. And, you know, because it was an impromptu thing.
Yeah, of course.
But it was fabulous.
Yeah, she's wonderful.
Yeah.
Another Chris of Doncaster.
We've got a lot of Chris's.
I'm ringing tonight. It's good to speak to you, Patty and Bruce.
You too.
I was listening a few nights ago, and there was a lady rang up, and she was distressed. Her father had gone missing. He was driving around in a car.
Yes.
And I didn't hear whether she found him.
Yes, well, we opened the programme tonight to say that, yes, he was found.
Oh.
In morning. When was it? Early this morning, Ken? What's the story? Early this morning, and is back home safely with them, so everything's fine, Chris.
Oh, right. Well, I was just thinking about him, and I hadn't heard. I obviously didn't turn the radio on early, so I didn't get that message.
Oh, nice that you were concerned, though, Chris.
That's terrific. Right,
Radio's a wonderful medium for that, isn't it?
It is indeed. And, Chris, we're going to give you a Hamper World Christmas hamper.
Oh, that's lovely.
Are you thrilled with that? It's valued at $100.
Wow.
Order your Christmas gift hamper from Hamper World. And
that's wonderful.
And we will organise that for you if you just hold on there.
Thank you.
Don't hang up. And thank you, Hamper World Christmas, where the hampers are just so chock full of goodness and great value. $100 worth.
Wow, beautiful prize.
Indeed. 25.
Oh, I love that's a beautiful day. No, I love it.
You get your shorts on, sit out on the deck chair.
No, I won't.
No, you will.
No, I won't, but I love it. I love... We've had so much sort of cold weather that I just love the fact that you can stand in the sun and let it hit you.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, beautiful.
Gee, we had a cold burst, didn't we?
You need a bit of sunshine. You'll look better if you have a bit of a tan.
Bronwyn at Clyde. Hello, Bronwyn.
Hello, good afternoon, lady and gentlemen there.
Hello, Bronwyn. Where are you ringing from?
Clyde.
Clyde.
Clyde North, to be exact. It's in between Berwick and Cranbourne, where they're building all those new estates.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it is lovely because we've still got a touch of the country there. Every morning we can wake up and see the cows and the horses, and my daughters just adore seeing that. But it is sad to think in a few years that may be developed, but we'll just hold our fingers and see what happens.
Yeah.
Now, Patty, I'm ringing because I heard your story about Facebook and what happened to poor Lauren. I, too, had that happen to me. I've been on Facebook since I was, young, when I could be on it as soon as possible. I was on it, as you do if you're a kid. I'm now in my 30s, and yes, twice mine was shut down, and I did find out that it had been reported as a fake or fake profile or an incorrect name, and I had to go through that process too, and I just felt totally violated. And how invasive of the privacy, but also how I felt sorry for the people who were doing it, to feel that they need to go and waste 5 minutes of my time. I can get it back up and prove who I am.
I know. Well, you know, it's sad to think that somebody dislikes you enough to think that, you know, they'd want to go to that trouble.
Yeah, and I get it. People dislike people. That's fine. And I mean, with you and your daughter being in the public eye, you have a lot of that attention on you. I just don't think it's fair that that's your private public medium social account there, that you should have to also put up with that.
Well,
I know that
do you know, it's funny.
Sorry.
Funny, Bronwyn, that I have always sort of shied away from it because I thought, oh no, it's a bit too open and you have enough openness. But I have found that a lot of the people that have written to me have been gorgeous. You know,
And
most of it has been
wonderful.
lovely. Mm.
Yeah, and do you know, Patti, just in case you didn't know, and for Lauren as well, so she can hopefully get back on there, because my main reason for using it is my father and my aunt live overseas. And
Yeah, that's a great thing.
Yeah, it's to update them about my two little girls and their milestones, really. So my settings are that secure that you can't even find me by searching by name or anything on the Facebook search. There are ways around it to keep you safe and only have who you want on there.
Yeah, I know, but I didn't really do it for that. I didn't need I always used to say, I don't need Facebook. I've got enough friends and I've got all the people that I love that I don't need any new ones, really. But
and don't you think, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to say, but this was this was sort of like an exercise of
A bit of the
not
media,
being on the radio.
the media coming into it.
Yeah, exactly. But it was good.
All right, Bronwyn, thank you very much for your call. Appreciate that. Alan at Heidelberg. Alan?
Yes, I'd like to speak to Bruce and Patty.
Yes,
Hello, Alan.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
Good,
and
thanks.
Also, Bruce. This is something that you would know, the fellow that I'm going to tell you about.
Yeah.
Now, he was a friend of yours. I met him when I was Mayor of Essendon, and he was a commentator of the Trots.
Oh, Bruce Skeggs.
Yeah, you got the right man. The Bruce to the Bruce.
Yes,
okay?
yes, yeah.
Now, listen, he went to America, and they're talking about race commentators.
Yeah.
There were 10 Americans broadcasting the Trots. It was such a shocking night that one dropped off, another one dropped off, there were 6, and they were finished up with one commentator. You know who he was? The Aussie.
Yeah, good on him.
Skeggs, and he went through the race, and he put the winner, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth.
Wow.
And, like, they couldn't even see it.
Isn't that fantastic?
This was one of our fellas, you see.
Marvellous.
I had a lot to do with Bruce because as being a mayor, and then he finished up in Heidelberg as a mayor, and we had quite a you know...
Yes.
A
very nice man he was,
Lovely
too.
man. Since passed away, sadly, Alan.
He did. I was at his funeral.
Yes.
And, the daughter said, you know, Alan, you're the last one that came to see him.
Oh, isn't that nice?
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
We've been very lucky with race callers in Melbourne, but in Australia,
Some
really.
of the best in the world.
I agree. But, yeah, so thank you for that story.
A
Yes.
lovely tribute there, Alan.
A very nice tribute.
Right in the Spring Racing Carnival, where Bruce would be proud to be remembered.
Win a lot.
A few words on success. Success is in the way you walk the paths of life each day. It's in the little things you do and in the things you say. Success is not in getting rich or rising high in fame. It's not alone in winning goals, which all men hope to claim. Success is being big of heart and clean and broad in mind. It's being faithful to your friends and to a stranger, kind. It's in the children whom you love and all they learn from you. Success depends on character and everything you do.
Copyright restricts distribution of this piece by any means of duplicate.
Well, Patty, when I heard that Bert was, not Bert, Phil was off to the Burt Bacharach concert tonight, I thought, now what's doing? And they said, oh, Patty's coming in. I thought, oh, that'll be great. 10 minutes with Patty every Monday for 20 years or something. But you were wonderful tonight, and I do thank you so much.
Thank you.
Really entertaining and
well,
a lot
it's
of fun.
lovely to see you looking as good as you do, and I'm thrilled to have seen you again.
And look at the man on the right and how wonderful he looks. Andrew McLaren about to take over with Simon Owen.
Thank you, Brewster. Thank you, Miss Patty. And look, a girl's dream has finally come true. Hey, Patty, you're Phil Brady for the night, huh?
I am.
Like winning a competition, win a date with Tab Hunter or something, isn't it, really?
Oh, it's wonderful. Look, I'll go home and I'll have to have a few ciggies, I think, on the way home.
Oh, Patty, lighten up the... Oh, you don't need that, darling, please.
Let me tell you, tomorrow morning in the program, the overnight program, we have got Chemist to the Stars. Gerald Quigley will be with us. He'll be in studio live and pulsating.
Oh, I
from
love
1:30.
Gerald.
Yes, he's wonderful, Gerald. I bought my first, well, sort of intimate item from Gerald many...
A toothbrush?
Yes, it was too. I didn't want to say it out loud.
I know, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said it.
I embarrass very easily, but certainly I made my first purchase that way at a Quigley pharmacy many, many years ago.
Under the cover, under the old counter.
Whispered voices at the counter and hoping there wouldn't be a female attendant on the other side. You know that feeling?
I know that feeling.
Do you?
Well, I know it from the other side.
Well, all of that and so much more with Cy.
With Cy and that's after midnight. Thank you so much.
You're beautiful.
Good night, Samuel, Carter, Amelia and Emily, Charlotte, Sweet Ella Grace, little William Oliver and Sophia Grace, and to your lovely crowd.
And to my beautiful Lauren and Matt, Sam, Eva, Lola, and the new one to come, who knows? It could be another Patricia, or it could be another Albert.
Oh, it could well be. So love and prayers to you,
Love and
Lauren,
prayers to all our loved ones.
Indeed, for that blessed event.
Thank you, Bruce.
And that's, thank you, Kenny, that's the way she went today.